Alright guys, this is our second lab video here, and what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be causing a chemical reaction to happen inside these two beakers. Well, actually just one of the beakers. One of them is going to be our experimental group, the one on the left, and the one on the right is going to be our control group. Before we get started here, we're going to take our solid, which is copper 2 chloride, and I'm going to first put my weigh boat on the scale. Wait until it reads a constant number. We're going to zero our scale to take that away from our total. And the procedure says to weigh about 4 grams. Now, does it have to be exactly 4 grams? No, we're not really too concerned with the exact amount of copper for this lab. You can see that I overshot 4 grams, but that's totally fine for what we need to do today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the copper 2 chloride and very carefully add it to the beaker on the left, and you're going to start to see a color change immediately. Before this reaction takes place, when copper enters a solution, it'll often turn blue. You can see that blue color becoming more constant throughout the liquid there. Okay, so we've got the copper in the water. We've got the copper 2 chloride in the water. And on the right, we're going to keep that beaker empty. We're going to monitor the temperature as our control group. Now, nothing should happen because we're not adding anything to that beaker. So the first thing I'm going to do for my experimental group is I'm going to add the aluminum foil, and immediately we should start to notice a little bit of a change occurring with that aluminum foil. I'm going to take my stir rod and kind of mix it in there. You can see almost immediately there's bubbles, and the outside of the foil is kind of gaining a reddish brown color. There's a solid that's being formed on the outside of that foil. Now, the other thing that I'm noticing is if I look at this thermometer, the temperature of my solution is slowly going up. It was at 23 and we're at 24 now. And the more that I let this solution react, the more of a temperature change I'm going to see. So right now it's actually getting closer to 25 degrees, and that's been about 30 seconds, so I would record that as my first temperature. I'm going to let this beaker off to the side sit as is because I want it to be my control group. And you can see my control group is still reading at a pretty consistent 21 degrees. So we're going to let this react for about 5 minutes. The temperature of this solution is continuing to go up. So right now we're just at about 25 degrees Celsius. And again, we're going to let this solution continue to react. You can see bubbles are forming. The more that I stir it, the more of the aluminum foil is going to chemically change. So I'm going to kind of mix it around a little bit. You can see little flakes of copper are forming. And if I look at my thermometer, my temperature is well above 25. Okay? So really that's the lab. Is we caused a chemical reaction to happen with aluminum foil and copper 2 chloride.